Happy Tuesday, people. Happy Tuesday. This is your homework support for EL 8.2, determining main idea or choosing the best main idea using character traits and textual evidence. All right, so these are the notes that we took today. And again, this is the process that we are going to use, but you don't have to go in order. But you use this to kind of formulate your thinking. But again, everyone's a different reader, everyone's a different thinker and writer. And so you go about completing this task in the way in which works for you, as long as you have these main components in there. All right? Now, what we talked about is to make sure that we first got to understand what our topic is. Because when we say main idea, we're thinking about what is the purpose or point that is being made about a specific topic. In this case, we're thinking about what's the point being made in the giver about a perfect society. Everything's centered around perfect society, so we want to try to figure out what points are being made by chapters when it comes to a perfect society. All right? So the first thing you want to think about is the major event of a chapter and who's actually driving or leading the information in that chapter. And what do we learn from the character to pretty much get an understanding of the main idea. All right? So chapter 1, we have Jonas. And what we learned in chapter 1 through Jonas is that this world has a lot of rules. They have rules about planes and they have rules about language, to be specific, in chapter 1. That's what he teaches us. All right, so for this part, that's what we can put. The fact that we learned that the community has rules about planes and language, and I want to put down the pages that tell me that information. All right, so this is the first box. All right, just the first box. Now, we all think differently, so from this point, now I personally think about his trait. So what trait did Jonas display when he taught me this information? So we know that when we talk about the planes, there's a rule that planes can't go over the community, so they've never seen a plane fly over the community at all. But when this happened, Jonas was really calm. He was calm about this, didn't flinch or anything. He was curious, but that's about it. When it comes to language, we know this entire chapter, he's been really thinking and trying to figure out the best word to use to think about how he feels about December coming up. But he wants to make sure it's the right word because he doesn't want to be like Asher, who messes up his language. And so he's calm, and he really wants to try to make sense of the best word to describe how he's feeling. And we know from our traits that we've had over the past weeks, one trait that talks about being calm and being sensible is level-headed. And so I'm going to jump to 3 because I feel like I can explain level-headed a little bit more clearly. So level-headed, I'm going to move this because now I'm on 3. Level-headed means to be calm and make sense of situations. Jonas was calm when the plane flew over the community against the rules, and he made sense about why language was important. So this will go on line 3, and I'm going to actually move this up so you know exactly the line that it goes on. It's this line here. How did Jonas show the understanding of that trait to teach us? He showed it by being calm when the plane flew over. He showed it by showing that language is important and making sense of why language was important. That's how he used this trait to show us that information. All right, and because I have this here, then for 2, I can go ahead, I'm gonna just move that down. For 2, I can go ahead and just put the trait. So now I know the trait I'm using is level-headed, but he's being level-headed when responding to the rules, because that's what I'm talking about. If I know the chapter is about learning about rules, he's being level-headed about the rules. All right? And so then I want to take all of this and I want to ask myself, so what is the best main idea? What is the best main idea for this chapter if I know all of these things? And I'm going to leave 3 up because 3 is really going to help me out. And so I want to ask myself, which one of these connects to calmness and what connects to make sense of things? What in here has a definite correlation in terms of when I'm calm, when a person is calm, what happens or what can be an impact on that? When a person makes sense of things, what can be an impact on that? And what we chose as a class was B, because we said that when you look at B, you're calm when you feel like something is safe. And they both talk about that. Calmness is something that's safe. Now, the certain knowledge being kept from people, nothing's being kept from anyone in here. Now, there's the knowledge of the plane, but then how do you talk about the make sense of language? And not to mention that they see planes. So he can't see them over the community, but he's seen the plane before. But a lot of people said when it came to order, they said, well, because he's trying to make sense of things, that is a form of order, because your order or organizing your thoughts to make sense of something. That's what a lot of people said, and I thought that was great if that's how you're going to think about it. I wrote something like this. So the main idea of chapter 1 is B, because his calmness with the plane shows he feels safe, which we said here, instead of freaking out and panicking. And because he made sense about language, it shows that he understands the order being kept in society, understanding that I need to be very precise about my language in this world. And so this is how we will break that down, thinking about how the trait from the character got us there, and choose the best main idea. All right? So that is what you are doing today. Just kind of keep in mind, if you are doing the EL 8.2, this will be what you will focus on. You're going to focus on chapter 10 and 11 together, thinking about Jonas being thoughtful. What would be the best main idea because of that? All right? Good luck to you.